Good morning, students. It's me, Ms. Tanya, and today we are back with another lesson. As you all know that we have completed push and pull factor in the previous class, in which I have explained you different elements which were related to migration, the effects of migration, and the impact of migration. So in today's session, we are taking a start with a portion of history, and for today, I have selected formative phase of Pakistan 1947 till 58. In today's session, we are going to discuss about events which were in between 1947 till 58. So let's move forward. But before getting started, hurry up, grab your notebook along with pencil and pen and start noting the important pointers because there were multiple MCQs along with questions which were included into the past papers. So moving forward to formative phase of Pakistan. The first formative phase after the independence which we have selected and which is included into your SLO is of September 14, 1948. On September 14, 1948, soon after a year, Khwaja Nizamuddin, he became the Governor General and Liaquat Ali Khan became the Prime Minister. When I take the term Governor General is basically, let me just give you an example to clear your concept. When I'm talking about 2020, so after the constitution of 1973, that was the last constitution which happened in the history. So in that constitution, it was stated that president and first position will be allotted to president, and then the second position will be allotted to the prime minister, and then these are the higher bodies, and then all of those are the lower bodies which will come under them. So Governor General in the past, which was known as Governor General, today that is known as the president. So that is the difference, right? Khwaja Nizamuddin made Governor General and Liaquat Ali Khan as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Then on September 17, 1948, India invades Hyderabad, Deccan. Here I should clear one more concept. Hyderabad is divided into two parts. One part was given to Pakistan at the time of independence, and the other part, that is the Hyderabad, Deccan, it remained with India. They conquered that part, they invaded it, and then people who are living over there, they are Muslims as well, they're Indians as well, but in Hyderabad, Deccan, there is a majority of Indians as compared to the Muslims. Coming towards the next part, that is March 12, 1949. On March 12, 1949, objective resolution was passed, right? Which you already know, and according to objective resolution, it was a written document which stated that these rules and regulations everyone have to follow. So objective resolution is basically it is basically that resolution which stated that how you have to run your government, right? Then 1949. In 1949, it means that still we are talking about the era of 1949. The Public and Representative Disqualifications Act PRODA. Now, when I talk about the public and representative disqualification, it means few people were, they were replaced by another people. So everything, all those things happened in the era of 1949. Then on September 28, 1950, the first report of the Basic Principle Committee, they set up and they presented the first report. And then into this first report, they highlighted all of those political positions and financial position at that time of Pakistan. And according to that, it was stated that further what they have to do to improve the conditions of Pakistan. Coming towards the next part, on October 16, 1951, Liaquat Ali Khan assassinated in Rawalpindi. And after assassination, Liaquat Ali Khan was replaced by someone else, which we are going to discuss in the next part. Now, this is the timeline of political changes. Political basically means that here we are going to talk about the government bodies, which I've already told you, everything which is related to politicians, government changes, and how can you bring stability into the society. So everything lies under the heading of political changes. Coming towards the next part, on October 1959, after Liaquat Ali Khan got assassinated in Rawalpindi, Ghulam Muhammad sworn in as the Governor General of Pakistan. It means that Ghulam Muhammad was replaced by Liaquat Ali Khan. On April 17, 1953, Nazimuddin dismissed from premiership. Nazimuddin dismissed. When I take the term dismiss, then dismiss basically means that he is no more into power and he's replaced by someone else. So Nazimuddin dismissed from premiership. It means that he was not having that control anymore into his hand. and he was replaced by Muhammad Ali Bogra, appointed as Prime Minister. And then first 5 years plan for economy introduced. Now, when I talk about the first 5 years plan, the economy introduced, it means that here we are going to discuss about each and every plan for the stability and the development of the society, right? And especially your country. Then on September 29, 1954, Ayam Muhammad dissolves the assembly. Ayam Muhammad dissolves the assembly, new cabinet sworn in. Then the assembly was dissolved, and then the new cabinet sworn in. When I take the term new cabinet sworn in, then it basically means that a cabinet basically means a group of representatives who are representing the government. They stood up and they discussed about the government matters, and then accordingly they have distributed and decided that what steps can be taken further. Now, on February 1955, Sindh High Court rules that dissolutions of assembly was unconstitutional. On February 1955, Sindh High Court basically rules that dissolution of assembly was unconstitutional. Basically, they were not accepting the constitution which was presented. Constitution, once again, I repeat, it is basically the constitution meaning is it is a written document which highlights that the government have to follow these policies, as well as the individuals living into the government, they have to follow those strategies. Now, on May 10, 1955, Federal Court overturned Sindh High Court. Federal Court basically overturned the Sindh High Court. When I talk about Federal Court is the higher authority and Sindh is basically the district. Federal Court basically takes the decision, that is the higher authority, and then that decision is distributed among the other provinces of the state, right? So Federal Court overturned Sindh High Court. It means that they were not accepting the decision of Sindh High Court ruling, and then new assembly was elected. It means that the decision about the elections as well as the government which was taken by the Federal High Court, it was not accepted by the individuals. Then on August 1955, Ghulam Muhammad resigns. Then in August 1955, Ghulam Muhammad has resigned from his position. Then in 1955, Sikandar Mirza became acting Governor General. When I take the term acting Governor General, then it means that you are replacing someone, but in action you're replacing, and then you're deciding that what steps can be taken further to improve the conditions of your country. See, you can see up till now the historical timeline which I have explained you. You can see that after 1947, so many people came, they got dismissed, they got replaced by any other person. The major reason was we were a newly independent state. We were struggling for our struggles. We were struggling economically, financially, and socially. We wanted to improve the conditions of Pakistan. Due to this reason, committees came, elections were there, and they were getting replaced by one another. And it was a quick response, so you can say that quickly they were getting replaced. Then on October 5, 1955, introduction of one unit system, West Pakistan to be treated as one unit, not 4 provinces. Then on October 5th, 1955, soon after Sikandar Mirza, when he take over the powers, then after that, one unit system was introduced in the West Pakistan, in which one unit policy was treated. One unit policy means that there would be one dictator and each and every province have to follow that dictator. See, and then on March 23rd, 1956, Constitution announced. When I take the term Constitution, then it was the first Constitution which was announced on 1956, in which there were multiple things which were given and which were highlighted. Let me just give you an example that this language would be the official language, and how many members can be elected for the cabinet, who will take over the powers, what they have to do. So everything was under the Act of 1956. The Constitution, it was the first Constitution which plays a very important role into the history of Pakistan. Then coming towards September 12, 1956, Chaudhry Muhammad Ali resigned from his powers and he was replaced by Hussain Shahid Surdwari, made Prime Minister. Then it means that he was replaced and then he became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Then on October 8, 1957, Shrudravedi dismissed II Chandigarh appointed Prime Minister. Then he got dismissed. It means that he got dismissed from his position, and then II Chandigarh replaced him and he became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Then on December 1957, II Chandigarh dismissed and Feroz Khan Noon made Prime Minister. So you can see that these all are those things which are occurring rapidly into the history of Pakistan. I've already explained you. I have already highlighted you the points that why does it happen. Then on October 7, 1958, Mirza proclaimed martial law. It means martial law was imposed. He made himself the president, and then Ayub Khan became the prime minister to that era. Now, there is one more thing. When I say martial law can only be imposed by the people who are involved into military. A simple civilian is basically that person who doesn't belong to military background. So if civilian became the president or prime minister, he cannot impose martial law. Martial law can only be imposed by the army. Martial law basically means that your country is still, your country cannot take any actions against army, your army is taking control, your army is entering into the state, and then since till the time when the conditions are not getting improved of your country, till the time martial law is over there, government, the army has taken over all of those powers, the army is looking after everything, and once when the condition is stable, then the army allot back those powers to those government officials. So that is basically known as that is basically the meaning of martial law. And yes, there is one more thing. When I take the term martial law, then in martial law, country around country goes 10 years back, because each and every economical activity is stopped and you cannot take any decision without the involvement of the army. So the assignment for today is 8.1.1. You have to discuss the political changes that took place during this era between 1947 till 58, in which I have highlighted in detail each and everything what just happened over there. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope this presentation turned out to be something interesting for you, and I hope all of these pointers are pretty much clear to all of you. Still, if you people are having any sort of questions, so you can ask me in the comment section on KP. I will respond to you over there. Inshallah, we'll return back with another presentation. Till then, take care. Barakallah.